record on the defensive end right after the easy basket.
Riley Minix to work against Nelson. Nelson, Alabama. Grant Nelson, too strong!
My goodness!
Grant from Morehead State. Minix floating it high. Denied Grant Nelson. Here comes Alabama. Estrada.
And that was outstanding. You talk about
Terrell Wrightsell trying to stab at the basketball. Miles against Nelson. Denied again. Alabama looking to be in the mix. Grant Nelson. In and out on the three-pointer, but a foul.
It's hard to know where they're going to be when you're coming down in transition.
Everybody taking note of the great work that he had for North Dakota State. Davin Cosby Jr. in for the first time. The spin. Nelson. Long range.
And
Estrada swings it to Nelson. He loves 3 points to work with for Morehead State. Thelwell blocked by Nelson.
at the University of North Carolina.
That two won't go. Basketball back to the Tide. Yeah, Nicole Stevenson, part of 3 ACC championships with the Tar Heels. Nelson will go to the line.
Outstanding future for that young prospect here at Alabama.
Also, he knows it's just better for his future. Get his college. Loaded to Nelson. Right to Stevenson. Morehead State forgot all about the talented.
Was able to catch his balance and sneak one in off the glass.
Grant Nelson will go to the line. It's 11. Able to play any position on the floor. And
they're all contributing very well, and they're playing well with each other, which is the most important
this season. Back underway with Grant Nelson picking up where he left off.
Heart and soul of this team. You know, we talk so much to Coach Spradlin about his team and the culture that they have. You said, you know, if you play at Morehead State,
whoa! Grant Nelson!
It's a high-level play. Cupped it to the top shelf. Bringing down the hammer, Grant Nelson. My goodness.
Top 10 nominee. You may see Grant Nelson later tonight on SportsCenter. Nelson the rebound. Grant Nelson's been high flying so far. Behind the back. Grant Nelson can do it all.
Euro step me, finger roll, and one. Look at it. You cannot guard me. Going to work.
And one. Couldn't finish after he did a great job getting open. Now the Tide. Nelson again.
And a great catch and finish by Nelson. Reaching back behind him. Oh, and he's waving to the crowd. The crowd's loving it.
Coleman Coliseum and a friend.
By the leader moving forward of the student section. Down to get a clean set here. Got the mismatch they want.
Nelson blocks it this time. And a foul on Swan. Here's Larry. Tried to find Kemp, but it's stolen by Nelson. Alabama on the run. Extra pass. Wrightsell from the corner.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And we should note as well the stat that just flashed on the screen. That's 11 turnovers after that last mistake for Indiana State. Alabama trying to take advantage. Stevenson left side. Perfect.
He'll take a break on the bench. Hopefully he can get back in this ball game. He's a real difference maker.
Sears, that was Accra.
Oh.
Out of the inbounds, Nelson fighting down low. Nelson, he doesn't need...
Understanding their bailout spots. When you drive, you got a cutter coming and a person shaping up in the corner. Outstanding.
Nelson uses Pringle, now feeds Pringle. Can't get the roll, but it's tipped out to Sears. Sears will pull up. 3 for Mark.
That was a smooth move right there by Julian Larry. Took his time coming off of that with a little bit of an inside lay.
Nelson short. Gets his own miss. Here's Kemp for 3. No good, and Nelson corrals a rebound, and then he's fouled. And then made a shot.
And he hit on the call.
Here comes Larry. No whistle, rebound Walters.
And always looking to pass that backdoor cut. Good job by Kent. Getting freed up.
There's Nelson down low.
Sides, giving outstanding seminars and speeches. So 2 great basketball minds going at it today.
Here's Sears trying to attack out to Nelson. Nelson starting to heat up in the second half. Another one.
Of course, you got to maintain your discipline if you're Alabama. What you want to do is make sure you are below the offensive player and send him up, not allowing him to get behind you on the back door.
Nelson battling, and he's fouled.
Team is battling. And Bledson, who can make things happen. So Picnicker on the low post. And Kent, we've seen him multiple times being an outstanding cutter away from the basket. He knows how to position himself to get freed up.
Whistle there.
Josh Schertz keeping him in the game, showing what he believes in his core.
It's depth, taking a hit against Alabama.
Bama.
Here's Nelson trying to take advantage. Nelson going to work. Grant Nelson.
Moving. Grant Nelson fighting his way in and draws the foul.
From outside, but as well as strong rebounds in interior play. Contact.
Freshman against a veteran. Excellent work by Marcus Millender. Sears. Nelson. He'll go the line.
Good cut.
First week.
Well, Don Staley reloading that roster with the set. It can break it wide open.
Jones denied thanks to strong post play. Mark Sears. Nelson. Yes! Jaguars trying to find some offense. Samuel Tabe against Nelson. The ball stripped away by Reitzel. Here comes Alabama. To Sears. He stays perfect.
Finishes. Gets to the top of his jump and finishes with a little bit of finesse over the top.
More defensive pressure from Alabama. Grant Nelson dumps it to Pringle, using the window. Nelson, Pringle! Challenge for this by this coaching staff. He continues stepping up his game in a larger role. Pringle can't stop! Back to Pringle again.
Great point forward action there by Grant Nelson.
Up to it and taken away by Gator. Gator v. Nelson. More blue-collar basketball by Alabama.
Excellent.
Good to see Millender back in the game. Denied by Nelson. Nelson double teamed and a reach-in foul. One for 5 from the floor. But Howell feeling the pressure. Nelson tried to steal it. He'll just block instead. Estrada couldn't connect there. Another offensive rebound, Nick Pringle. Grant Nelson, the floater, the finish. Nick
Pringle. Nelson's open. Corner 3 go.
For this roster.
Yeah, you talked about how this is a maturity test for this team.
That you get some good quality possessions, which if Alabama has to take the ball out of the net, then you can stop them.
Oh, Pringle with the flush.
Come and get a bite.
And Nelson able to steal.
Pringle fakes a pass, gives it back to Nelson. He'll drive to his right. He'll step back between the legs with a dribble. Down the lane, right hand off the glass and good. And he is fouled. Guys, after 2 made free throws from Thornton, lead at 29-27. Bama on the drive. The layup good for 2 by Nelson. Trying to shake free, Kent. He goes to his right. He goes down the lane. May have gotten away with a push-off. Fall-away jumper is good. Looking, gets it in, Sears. Sears working into the paint. Backs it out. Now gives it off to Estrada. Steps into a three. No good. Rebound fought for. Wagee nearly took it away, and he did. Wagee, nice pass inside. Estrada missed the layup. Nelson is there, had it blocked, but he is fouled. Driving underneath the basket, got tied up, kicked it out to Nelson. Steps into a three, bottom.
Three. Tired, long rebound collected by Rylan Griffin. Nelson rolls. They find him. Grant, extra pass, and a foul there. Jesse does the job in Tuscaloosa. 6th NBA draft picks, of course, highlighted a number 2 overall pick a year ago in Brandon Miller. Nelson. Nard. Denied by Nelson, another guy who's played a ton in college. Tracy. Turns around, sent away. McGee in space, hands it off. Over 90 seconds of basketball. Outstanding transition look. Nelson finishes.
For Alabama, so they've continued about their business as usual.
Guard-driven team, but this could certainly help the cause. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, here in Niceville. Plenty. Tide faithful made the trip. Nelson earns his team a second chance. His kick, Estrada.
Just a tough mark for a defender. I can see why that number is high for him.
Prep career, hoping to drive the hometown team. Nelson, big time board.
Got it down to 6.
Griffin, bounce pass. Oregon playing their best basketball here in this second half. And the North Dakota State. Window. And Sears, outlet the other way. Estrada to Nelson. Nelson!
Estrada with the unselfish play.
Get a kiss. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Like every coach talks about it. Less is more.
I'm trying my best here.
Yeah.
Nelson inside off the glass and good. Ice cold in the early going from 3. Hunter, little Euro step, and then his shot is blocked. Out of bounds, and it's off the Tigers. All missed the shot. Nelson wide open. Buries it.
That's what we're
Loose ball, saved by Estrada. And they get it up ahead, and Sears.
You know, a lot of times the difference between winning and losing teams are the players who are willing to sacrifice their body and get on the floor for loose balls. And there you had on that last possession, 2 out. Chase Hunter, and you talk about P.J. Hall combined for 8 points in the first half. with Hunter being 1 of 6 from the field, and they had a 1-point lead.
See,
Hold his arm, his shoulder. Godfrey is so strong.
and that shot blocked. Nelson gathers it back in, throws. I like the Laurie Markkinen comp.
Yeah. Laurie Markkinen weighs around 245, 250. I'm just throwing it out there, Angel. Don't kill the messenger.
Nelson.
The game is going to come down. We all know Alabama can score. They're going to have to win this game on the defensive end.
And that was the thing that both coaches emphasized at shoot-around.
They take P.J. Hall out right now and then bring him back in on the under.
Oslita's giving them some. Wiggins wouldn't fall. Nelson a rebound. Good defensive possession that time for Alabama. Nelson with Hall on him. Nelson inside and Hall with the 4.
The rim. That was on Dominguez. That's his second. Not even 90 seconds in. Ripped away by Wagee, and here come the Tide again. Open look from the.
Things that he wasn't happy with, especially in the second half of Clemson and Ohio State.
Here's a steal. Sears has it. Coast to coast and rejected at the rack. Crimson Tide get it back.
About him, and just, he didn't say he was like him or as good as him. He said he was more like him.
He's coming into this game at a robust 94%.
I think Grant Nelson might. Style going to work. That going to, this analytics stuff, well, they've shown that it works, and it works big time.
Hodson admitted to us today when he first got to Buffalo, he didn't buy into all of the analytics.
State, get this thing into the paint, off the dribble, off the pass, cause Alabama to get into rotations.
Aaron Todd turns it over. He was trying to do exactly that. After the steal by Nelson, Sears thinking about it. Somehow gets it outside to right.
So guys can move to the open spot and get good rhythm, open threes.
Dominguez the runner, swatted by Nelson. And now Sears, too easy. 35-18. A-State just won for its last 9 from the floor. Different story for Alabama. Diabate, no. Diabate, yes! And Tide, and we're going to find out a lot about Alabama having lost Brandon Miller and Bediako. And how about Nelson?
tunnel. And you remember Creighton without him last year when he was sick really struggled to put up victories. King picks it off the ground and then taken away.
And is all about. He can start their offense. Nate Oates wants him to do more of that.
And he 8 lead changes. Grant Nelson was very quiet, just 2 points early on in that first half, and that's all. He takes Shireman to the rim for 2. He points on 5 shots after 35 in Toronto. Nelson wants Shireman. Kalkbrenner clears it and lost it, and it's tipped beautifully by Pringle for Sears, who missed it. But Grant Nelson very active on a halftime for an Alabama lead. Nelson roaming down the lane. He is fouled.
We need you on the floor. You get 5. Don't show up. You got to lay up. Say, go ahead, walk in, take a layup.
Nelson lines up a 3, and a huge stick for Nelson. Nelson got it to go.
Ball gets free underneath, but a great recovery by Wagee to get the block. Nelson in transition, drives, and count it. Ballo commits the goaltending violation. Dave Paschon Farnham, 5-point Alabama lead. But we thought at this point it'd probably be 30 to 25. Great pass that time over the top, out of the timeout by Nelson to Pringle.
Chris Beard's first year with the Rebels. Good high-low entry.
Better defense by Nelson. Point lead for Arizona. Sears can't answer. They are 3 for 22 from 3, but a foul in Arizona. Pass. Boswell, really good player. He's still
For Arizona.
But within that, far is similar to Alabama's game against Creighton. They were hanging around, but they couldn't make a shot. 4 of 22 from 3 in that game. That's a big hit because Grant Nelson had not made a 3. He was 0 for 7 before that. Preseason first team all-conference. Ballo diving on the floor is Wagee, and a turnover. Numbers for Alabama. Estrada spinning. That's a great mini 5-0 run after Arizona took its largest lead. Nelson into the lane to Pringle. Good dish. And Alabama on a 7-0 run. A couple of years ago.
Ballo's laboring right now, and he's winded.
And they're going to get him out of the next dead ball. The 3 goes for Nelson, his second of the second half.
Wonderful job. Pringle on the roll. And then the kick out again, and Nelson 2 for 3 from deep.
Parsons had a really good second half. Got 14 points for the game.
Overtime. You know, it's not something like a quick fix where you're of impact over the course of the game. And there's little aspects of the
Nelson has been a struggle. He's trying to get Love to foul out, though, so he goes right at him and scores.
Junior from the Bronx makes it 5-3. Colin Cooper, no. Here comes the tie. And here's Nelson attacking and finishing.
Try to get yourself to the free throw line.
Moreno again, this time off the front of the rim. Yeah, Dane, curious to see what Grant Nelson's game looks like in SEC play. We know he can shoot the 3. He can do some other things for you, but he's going to be challenged inside at times. And on cue.
He's just winner everywhere he goes. And an analytics guru paying off for them.
Grant Nelson from downtown again. Activity with the press, and they'll retreat. Turner Buttrey on the floor for the first time. Numero 0 for EKU. Inside out it goes. An open 3 for Griffin. What? Turner's now 2 of 11 from 3-point range, Dave. Different story for Alabama. Riley Griffin continues to find that hot corner. He's got 11.
That is scary. When Alabama gets in a rhythm early,
it was lights out for whoever the opponent was that night. Good box out by Estrada. He'll save it to Nelson. I think Estrada is one to watch for Alabama, not only the rest of this game, but also Reitzel. Where the ball was on the floor forever, finally corralled by Estrada.
Well, everybody else was standing and reaching, and Estrada said, forget that.
It's the first time I've heard that one, but well played. Grant Nelson, a little high-low inside. Leads by 22. Blanton with a mid-range. Nelson the rebound. And Nelson against Cozart. Got the big fella up in the air. And
timing, but that time Nelson with the shot fake. You rarely get him to bite on that. Shows you just how good of a player now.
Breather. Grant Nelson at 90. Defensive player of the year in the A-Sun. Isaiah Cozart, Nelson, and there you see one of the reasons why.
He's almost equal timing of the, like he knows the opponent's going to the rim type player, and he doesn't get a lot of his blocks coming off the ball and gambling.
Off the mark.
It's still wild to me, this Alabama offense, I think we take for granted. Nice move there. They got 88 points, and they're still.
Nelson went somehow between the legs, not sure how that operated. Cosby for three.
Yeah, that was
Reitzel for three. Nelson on the offensive glass. Boy, he thought about launching too. Cosby again. Rolls it in.
The way to get an open three-point shot. Oh, dribble handoff, not there. Between my legs. Cut back. Three ball, Alabama cruising.
Comes. Not a clean look for Cosby. Reitzel. Another one.
Reitzel is feeling it. Alabama's ability to shoot the three ball.
Here comes Kyle Rode. Quiet start. Oh, Nelson with the block.
Great.
Nelson. Strong take, and he's fouled. What a job by Grant Nelson. 4% on the year. And he converts answers all throughout this first half. They need one now. And that's tipped, and it probably. Nelson will drive. Nelson will maneuver, and Nelson will knock it down. The 1-and-1. Nelson with 3 seconds, and there's a whistle. Nelson has one more. He makes that. It looks like he's heading back to the locker room. Beautiful feed to Grant Nelson with a. Aaron Estrada. What a feed to Nelson. Nelson. McKay will fire. No good. Rebound tipped and taken by guess who? But there's Nelson blocking Cleveland.
He's dribbling right. He's just looking up the floor. He's trying to create something happen, making sure he doesn't miss anybody running the court hard for him.
He'll fire a step back three. And now another chance. This time it's Sears.
The crowd's into it as well. If you're Alabama, sustain this.
Oh, Nelson with the rejection. Sears drives and a kick. Nelson attacks, shot up, and he's fouled.
Great all-around game.
Nelson at the line, he makes the first. A season high in rebounds and has tied a season high in
conference play.
Van Zandt tried to thread the needle, but Nelson took it away.
Shooting percentage, just 30% from behind the arc on the year. If they can get him up to upper 30s, maybe even to the 40s, it'll be a whole different monster for Vanderbilt. But speaking of monsters, Grant Nelson, the 6'11". Up ahead to Nelson. Cross-court pass. Another wide open look, and Alabama's going to make you pay. Latrell Reitzel Jr. It is on, folks. Alabama points.
Well, Magnon and Lawrence are the two guys who can.
Estrada, he lines it up off the back of the rim, but another chance here after the Nelson rebound. Griffin got to the paint. All right, shot clock at 5. Tyron. They dump it off inside to Evan Taylor. Shot clock expires, and it'll belong to Alabama. Good deep. Lawrence. That shot is rejected inside by Nelson. Back. There's a little fake. And Nelson ran right into Rivera. Was it tough to shoot in this gym?
Bama's defense, that's a win for them right there. A fadeaway 3. A good defensive victory.
Nelson for 3. Boy, a paint touch, a kick out. And Alabama hits another 3. Back to a 7-point game. Stevenson out of the corner, quiets the crowd. Inside and count it. They lob it to Grant Nelson.
The patience. Look at, he's just waiting. He knows something's going to break free, whether or not he's taking it to the rim or that nice, soft, on time, on target pass to Grant Nelson. At 6'11", he understands his job. I'm going to keep.
And continue to watch for the Gamecocks. Their spacing on the offensive end. It gives them more freedom for the cutting and for open shots.
Ryland Griffin back to Sears.
Surprised Griffin passed up the first open one. Look at the ball move.
Estrada fires.
Take away the things that you want to do and make them beat you with things that you don't want to do.
And right on cue, Studi with the steal ahead to Johnson. Gets it to Cooper, and he left it a little bit short.
To have a guy like Talon Cooper that can handle it, bring it up, give you some depth at that point guard position.
Ryland Griffin, no good. Estrada. Back to Nelson. Sears, catch and shoot. Got it. Oh, he's up to 18, and he talks to Michi about it on the way back.
I mean, the first half, he's only taken one shot. He's not found openings where he can get a look. We know the transfer from Vanderbilt can get on a roll. Bad pass, good hands.
Here's Nelson. Estrada. Easy layup.
Here's what Nelson can do now. Can he finish that play? Doesn't have to. What you do if you're a teammate, you find open areas and open looks. Nobody baseline, but there's our man Pringle again. He's kind of got a good little hold down there.
They what?
Not at all. He needs tough physical players. Wow. Cooper tried to get him.
He turns the corner to Tolu Smith. Bounces into Pringle and throws it up. That rebound ripped out of there by Grant Nelson.
Now the offensive glass.
Nelson gets Tolu Smith up in the air. Good ball fake, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Nelson, get your confidence going. Get to where you can attack and be a solid defender.
Jimmy Bell can't get it to go. Tapped around a couple of times. Here's I will run the point.
Nelson, no field goal attempts for Alabama.
High floater, well done by Latrell Reitzel.
Coach, I'm going to shoot.
High pass intercepted by the Bulldogs.
Not
up
a good
ahead
pass.
to Fort. And that's got to be a goaltend call against the Bulldogs.
4 Bulldogs running, and Nelson makes a terrific block. Big man away from the defenders.
Estrada, step back, no good. Diabate gets it back to Estrada. Muhammad. Walters catch and shoot. In and out for him. That's 2 that have spun out of the cylinder. Tolu Smith on the deck. They're going to say tie up, and Alabama will have the basketball. Nelson fires off the backboard.
Win a league championship, you've got to win at home and find something on the road Same thing Nate Oates said to his team today.
Tolu Smith working on Nelson. It'll stay with.
Guard, one of the best bigs in this league. Nice pass.
They're going to say foul on the way up. Great night of Friday Night Heights. And Nelson gets 1 out of 2.
2 fouls in that first half. Only 5 minutes.
Matthews also picked up some early fouls. Hadn't played much. Turns it over there. And the run out by Estrada. He lays it up and in.
So that's what Nelson does. He's not the physical guy. Active hands, 6'11", brings it like a guard.
Basket, he'll head to the line.
Nice to be able to have a guy at 6'11", handle the basketball, put it right on the money. And Estrada talked about in the first half, his ability, just long, active, very good. Sears knows how to run a team, though.
Well, they doubled Sears. There's Nelson. He lays it up and in. Hubbard. Nelson takes it away. Griffin. Here's Sears. Pull-up jumper on the way. Sears with his first 3 of the game. And Alabama up by 7.
On the move. Pull it off the dribble or the pass, straight up for shots.
Moore to Smith.
Keep an eye on how Nelson plays defensively with Smith. He just kind of backs off him, and he can play center field like that on the shot block.
Another good defensive effort from Nelson. Sears in the lane. 5 quick for Mark Sears. He's in double figures now, and a timeout by Mississippi State as Alabama has opened up a 9-point advantage as the Tide have hit 6 of their last 8.
Put the big down there. We're just playing a 2-man game.
Oh, Jeffries. Tapped around. Tolu Smith.
It's amazing how many close attempts Mississippi State has missed in the last couple possessions.
Smith working on Nelson. Blocked. Nelson held his ground. Starts the charge the other way. Griffin wide open.
Got tired bodies, Dave. Both sides. Hadn't been a timeout in a while, and both teams playing extremely hard.
A tie-up. Arrow favors Mississippi State.
Good hard play. Both guys jump up. They're fine. The fans aren't fine. Players are fine.
Shot clock at 7.
By outstanding defense.
Nelson
Can they hold it?
Takes it inside and tries to throw it down, and a foul on the way up.
Everything on that defensive possession. Shot clock winding down. There's the ball fake. Hard to tell from, boy. He is the leader of this team.
Right there at 50, 40, 90. 50% from field goal, 40% from 3, and then the free throw line as well.
And this guy can shoot a little bit. Grant Nelson, 7-5 with the rebound. East is a lefty. He's got a mismatch here with the 6'11 Nelson on.
Again, they're okay with that. Nelson showing great versatility on the defensive end. They don't win that road game, Mississippi State, without him on Tolu Smith.
Yeah, what a difference going from guarding Tolu Smith to Sean East. Again, Mizzou using as much clock as possible, and East lost it on his way up. He is an elite shooter, 49% from deep. Vanover at 7'5". Turn a little baby hook with the...
I like this zone out of bounds defense by Missouri. A lot of teams don't do that, but they're getting a lot of buckets on these man-to-man plays where they get confused on slips and challenged with.
This is the freshman Robinson. Got a crossover Nelson. Can't shake the big foul, and the unicorn comes up with a blocked shot.
He's on the Alabama sideline earlier when Nate Oates kind of pushed him away to his sideline. Dennis Gates really with no reaction there, and his players have stayed collected as well.
What a pass, and good touch by Nelson, even though he was away from the rim to finish. Nelson size advantage on Robinson. Sears for 3. Got it!
Alabama's playing a little bit more aggressive here in the last few minutes.
Here's Nelson. Great shovel pass. And it still goes, even though Mizzou got a piece of it. Good finish by Diabate. He's got a couple. Bama's made 6 of its last 8. Estrada from the corner. Look at Nelson going to work on the glass.
Here they go back to a 2-3, match it up a little bit. They just
dub in after the 5th personal on Martin.
Timing of the circle cut off of Adu's screen was to perfection by Connect.
Adu with a block, and Terry, and that was the first foul against Adu. Big guy on the inbounds, that's Estrella. They'll throw it high to Nelson, who will go right up over Ziegler. Excellent inbounds play.
Williams thought about a 3, drives left, picks up the dribble, throws it down low, and summoned away by Nelson. Grant flips it ahead to Sears. Mark in transition, going downhill to the rim. That should have been goaltending, and it is.
Next foul on the Tigers should send Bama to the line.
Inbounds goes to Nelson on the block. He'll spin to his right, pump fake, shot off the glass and in. Good to see him get one to go, especially having to muscle his way there.
Yeah, could have.
Again, Nelson getting into the lane. Wraparound pass intended for Diabate. Somehow got it. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Nelson to the rack. Oh, mercy! A reverse slam. Grant Nelson, an and one opportunity. And that is one way to knock the lid off here at Coleman.
For Grant Nelson.
Nelson with a steal, 3 boards, and
a mistake by Alabama. Auburn's taking chances defensively.
Backdoor cut to Johnson, missed the dunk. Stevenson defending well. Now here's Reitzel the other way. Flips it in the corner to Griffin. Ryland to Nelson, driving into the lane, got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots for the Crimson Tide. Gets them in the first half en route to 20. He's continued to back outside to Johnson. Johnson working against Griffin. Johnson steps back, 3 attempt blocked into the hands of Nelson, who is fouled. And with 11:01 to go, a timeout on the floor. Rebound played by Nelson, gives it off to Sears. He'll bring it front court. Mark to Ryland, steps into it. Another bank first 3 for Ryland Griffin, his 5th on 8 tries, and Bama leads by 5 with 7 minutes to go. 6, 5, Griffin at 4, at 3, at 2, lost it, picked up Nelson, laid it up, no, tip follow, oh wait a minute.
They called a foul.
They did call a foul, thank you. I thought it was going to be a shot clock violation. And he knocks it home. Out, Griffin, Ryland with 9 on the shot clock, nearly lost it, got it back, tied up on the corner, spinning, looking, firing, missing, rebound, Nelson claims it for Alabama, and he is fouled. And K.D. Johnson is called for the hack, and Alabama's Grant Nelson will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Glass Nelson gets to the line.
Free throw up, and it's perfect for Gray. Free throw up, free throw good. A 2-possession game. Wimp standing up in the aisle over there. He's living and dying with every possession as well. Sears on the drive, going down the lane. Reverse layup, no! Nelson, oh, absolutely yes, with a flush. Free throw is up, and he missed it, and Nelson cleared it, and he got fouled, and Grant will go to the line with 11.8 remaining. Trying to make it a 2-point lead, and he does. Second one up. Second one perfect.
Since Oates got here has been based on that blue-collar effort. It's left a little to be desired this season with one of the nation's top offenses, and they get Baker for a foul on the 3, much to Lake, North Dakota. Started his college career at North Dakota for 80 years, and then somebody woke up and said,
maybe for him, wasn't kicking his leg out.
14 and 11. LSU needs a bucket. Tigers have been performing very efficiently on the offensive end, and no whistle. Dean Curry State for a couple of seasons after spending time with Frank Martin's program at South Carolina to start his career. Nelson powers his way in and takes it off the window. Issue. We first met in 1916 in a foul.
SEC, man, it's deep, it's good, it's great.
Among power. Now 5. Adi's going down. Chance to run for Bama. Estrada. Off the window it is.
I call a timeout. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you could give up another 4 points. It's a good timeout by Matt McMahon. Uncommon to call one with 40. Use it or lose it timeout. This building is as good as any building in the SEC once football season ends.
Knocked off Auburn. Sent Bruce Pearl's team to its second consecutive loss. Nelson with the block. And a step on the end line.
Road games to teams that will be in the NCAA tournament. That long reach on both ends of the floor just in the last couple of weeks. Good cut.
And a great finish by Sears.
They said
no time taking over the SEC. Nice pass, and Nelson will go to the free throw line.
Hired, the SEC has given away 7 trophies. He's won.
Well, Georgia's guards have got to take care of the basketball. That's a third deflection.
Ooh. Demery tried it against Nelson, but that's the 29th block of the season for Grant Nelson. Fed inside, Deloach lost the handle.
Yeah,
turnover number 6 for Georgia.
That play did not look good from the start.
Estrada, corner 3, another miss from outside the arc. Alabama is 0 for 7 so far outside the three-point line. So what do? You take it to the basket, and that's what Mark Sears does. He's got 4. You can count on that being in the basket on the other end.
Right.
Sears.
Good catch.
By Nelson. Nelson drops it in. Alabama is 0 for 7. They go inside again to Nelson, working on Chiwa, 2 more.
And that was just great offense.
Melendez. Chiwa trying to go to work on Nelson. Won't drop, and a rebound. 6 of 11 outside the three-point line. Nelson to the basket.
And you see Big Russ Chiwa. No,
you can hear it right behind us, but you get a road win against the top 75. That's a quad one, but again, Georgia just 3 spots outside the 75.
And Thomason, both of them already at their season averages.
There is Griffin with a pull-up for 2.
Add a little bit more in the scoring department, you'll be right there.
Demery tried to get it into Chiwa, turned it over. Here's Reitzel off to Estrada, who reverses it up for 2.
Well, that's
nothing else outside the original common foul on Estrada on Deloach or Nelson. Nelson answers on the other end for Bama.
5 minutes. Sears with it. Around to Estrada. Estrada going left. Estrada puts it up. Off the glass. No. Nelson. Yes. And Bama has taken the lead. An 8-0 run in the last minute and a half.
Nelson, and a foul is called.
Knew that. And this is the crunch time right here for
Alabama. Remember, it came in averaging
the right call, and that it was a foul, but looked to be early, and Georgia able to capitalize.
Sears back to Nelson. Top of the arc. 3. Bottom. Oh, do it, baby. A bank first 3 from the pride of North Dakota. He looks great in crimson.
He will score at the rim after the pump fake.
Sears to Nelson. Do it again. He does. Oh, mercy. Grant Nelson. Back-to-back 3s. And Bama leads by 6. Wing. Aaron looking to the high post. Nothing there as he tried to get it to Nelson. Has to flip it to him outside between the circles. Shot clock under 15. Griffin with it. Left wing. 3 bottom. And a great start for the Tide. Back left wing to Jeffries. They'll dump it down low to Smith. Driving left side to the baseline. Reverse layup again. Short this time. Rebound snatched by Nelson. Here comes Bama the other way. Sears, who had 23, the majority of it in the last 10 minutes on the road in Athens. Down low Smith. Spinning baseline. Missed the layup. Rebound fought for. Tried to save it, but into the hands of a Bama player. We're running the other way. Bama by 5. Sears going baseline. Leaves it for the trailer. Nelson with a flush. Smith didn't get back, coach, and Bama made him pay. Team kicks it in the right corner. Estrada drives in, puts it up with the left hand. No, rebound fought for. Nelson tried to save it, did, nearly got it back. Scramble on the deck. State loses it. Out of bounds. It'll be Bama basketball. Wow, how about the effort from Grant Nelson? Even though he couldn't hang on to the ball, coach, he kept all of that havoc going, and State couldn't pick it up.
You know, before the game, we were talking about Alabama matching Mississippi State's energy. It really needs to turn and be the other way around. Alabama's showing.
Man, Bama
great
has
screen
had six go halfway down.
Yeah, that was a great screen by Estrada to bring Sears open for the three.
And a great play by Nelson, blocking the shot attempt by Hubbard and then saving it by throwing it off of Hubbard out of bounds. Possession will belong to the Tide. So Bama basketball with 18:10 to go. Bama still looking. Reitzel. Now Nelson, top of the arc. Right side to Sears. Mark on the drive, gets into the paint, hesitates, lays it up and in for two. Beautiful hesitation move, coach. That one, and Bama leads it 73-42. Overplay by Nelson, great hustle, and he saved it to Griffin. What a play by Grant in a 30-point lead. Three guys that are really good, too. Smith on the drive in the lane. Left-hand leaner, no good. Rebound tipped up. Here's Reitzel. Working to his left, stopping top of the arc. Now going right, going downhill, gets under the basket, whips a pass to Nelson in the left corner. Nelson gets Diabate in the paint, drives in, pump fake shot, off the glass and in. Mo Diabate a chance for an and one. He's now got 13 points in this game, coach, to go with 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots. The freshman having his best game in an Alabama uniform.
Yeah, that was a man's finish there. Drew the contact in his body, had enough strength to get it.
Break, and Nelson just got called for his 5th.
Great move by Estrada as well. He just didn't finish it.
Nelson heads out. Only 2 points, but 5 rebounds, 2 block shots, and a steal. Heck of an effort. Coach, the guys don't care about the stat line. That's the fun thing about them. They have really become a team.
More out of Tallahassee, Florida. Alabama starting 5. Sears, the leading scorer in the conference. Griffin had a huge game in their first meeting, knocking down 4 threes, and he knocks down his first one tonight. Williams, again, Broom is the guy to watch for. Inside, no contact, no foul call. And Alabama will push every chance they get. Estrada's 3. They are 2 for 2 from deep already.
And Alabama, coming off of a game where they attempt and step out and also punish you at the rim.
Sears bounces it. That's an easy flush for Nelson. The switch was late from Denver Jones.
Alabama is the toughest. Can make that shot. And Auburn right now, they have the guards to knock down those 12-footers.
Another bounce pass to Nelson, and we're going to have a foul off with 7 on the shot clock. Mazzara launches a 3. That's off. And the loose ball to Sears. And they will fly down the floor. Oh, we got it to go. What a play.
See this year. I haven't said that maybe ever about this league. But that's how deep it is. And I saw a team last night, South Carolina, that is no joke.
Sears, Nelson, on very impressive. Purdue for so many.
To win a national championship, you're not. The team that's going to win it is the team.
Not been shooting well lately. His last 2 games, 7 and 6 points. Nelson rolls to the rack.
Ball game, and there is no back down.
Holloway fires again.
Why? Ravi Holloway is shooting 23% in conference play from 3. Facing Dawn Staley in South Carolina. And she came on the air with us last night. Has shown that grit and moxie that Nate Oates was concerned with.
Category tonight. Holloway pulls up. That's too strong. Loose ball this time goes to Alabama in contact.
And he is a loose ball star.
Last couple of years, whether it be Brandon Miller or
State. I always tell people, there's nothing wrong with that. Auburn's a great school.
Oh boy, Nelson came.
Well, the hardest thing, the regular season and playoffs are not the same.
Yep.
So that's probably going to be the toughest thing for Coach Saban, criticizing coaches. But you know what? Coaches make mistakes. That doesn't make it wrong. They make mistakes.
They're human. Followed
Yes.
by Nelson there. Chuckling out. Under 8 on the shot clock for Sears. The drive, the kick. Nelson needs it. Got it. Wow, the high arc.
Like the pace to start?
Well, that's what we expected. Now, the thing that LSU is going to have to do with one of the best scoring teams in the SEC is they've got to take good shots.
Points.
South Carolina's shooting the three a little bit like Alabama's men do.
What?
For that game.
Well, so in this second half, Grant Nelson is going to go back to work on Big Baker. The 7-footer spins on him, floats it up, rebound down to Nelson. Key play. He's nearly 50% from downtown. Sears, great pass to Nelson.
Oh.
And Grant Nelson's going to the line. Jordan Wright, came down on him. And looks like Nelson is...
Need to get downhill, and the strength he has to finish.
Estrada off the window and through. And Dazzle at the rim couldn't finish. Cook, second straight step back three. He's missed his last two. Oh, the connection to Nelson. Sears.
And especially when Alabama's off and running. Grant Nelson ahead of the bunch. Oh, yeah. Fear the stash.
On the second half, it's been a guy like Cook, for example. Wright gives that one away. Here's the deep lob. Rylan Griffin with the sledgehammer. Lob this one up from, 35 feet.
I mean, just perfect on the lead in transition.
8-point game again. Sears was trying to slice it into it to Nelson. He's got it now. Head fake, the blow by, Reitzel.
That's
into
beautiful.
the corner. Yeah, here's Griffin. Reitzel for three. Puts it in. Latrell Reitzel with 22. And it's a new season high for the senior.
Beautiful basketball. Transfer out. So he told coach he wanted to redshirt. And Dale Brown said, redshirt, you jump higher, you run faster, you actually play better than anybody on the team. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you a leader. He made him the captain of his team.
Let's see him. Taylor driving to his right, stopping at the elbow. Top of the circle, Garcia. Now he drives inside, pump fake twice, shot up, blocked, out of bounds, touch last by Grant Nelson, who makes a great defensive play right out of the gate for Alabama.
Let him get going from three. He was open and knocks it down for the Aggies.
Aggies go Taylor down the right side, slip, lost the handle, scramble for the loose ball, tie up on the floor, and the arrow is going to favor Alabama.
Layup.
Sears with the basketball, top of the arc to Estrada. In the corner, Nelson. His three is up. It is good. And we are deadlocked at 5. The first three of the game.
To keep Wade Taylor, Tyrese Radford in front of him. Hard to get blockouts when you're scrambling.
Nelson, great catch in traffic, spins in the lane, got the bucket to go. Gets it top of the arc. Sears driving left, stopping at the elbow, going down the lane. No look pass, Nelson for the flush. What a look from Mark Sears. This will bring it towards the midcourt stripe. Double team there. Gets it to Nelson. Around to Estrada. Squares, shoots, misses the three. Weak side rebound. Pringle in the corner. Sears, three ball, way too strong. And the rebound batted around, taken away by Estrada. Aaron in the lane. Rattles out, no good on the floater. Corner, no good. Rebound again claimed by A&M. On the drive. Obaseki missed it, deflected, and catching it was Garcia, but as he did so, he was on the baseline.
I'm fortunate to get it back right there.
Crimson Tide with it. Estrada circling away from a double team. Throws it over to Nelson. Now to Reitzel. Lets a defender fly by. Three, bottom. Boy, is he shooting it well. 10 points for Latrell Reitzel. It feels like a lot more than that, though. Mark giving it off to Reitzel. Why not shoot it again? Oh, that one was halfway down and popped out. Great hands, Grant Nelson, slapping it off the leg of Radford. It goes out of bounds and will belong to Alabama. I want to let this get interesting in the final 5 minutes. Bama with Sears working away from a potential trap. Gives it off to Nelson. Fires it right side. Griffin three, bottom. Rattles that one in. The 13th bank first three of the game on 29 attempts for Alabama. Of Sears the other way to Nelson. Flips it back to Mark, top of the arc. Throws it in the paint to Nelson. Lays it up, off the glass and in. Home white unis as the Gators work the backdoor cut to Pullen. Then into the paint to the big man who misses the first shot. Nelson wrestles it away from Han Logden, and Bama will come the other direction into her from a double team. A bounce pass into the low post to Samuel. Samuel trying to drive in against Nelson. Quick shot with the left hand, no good. Rebound fought for. Again, Nelson wrestling for it and winning the battle.
Struggled closing out defensive possessions against in its last game.
Top of the arc, three ball off the mark, no good by Stevenson, but the rebound tipped into the hands of Estrada. Tried to give it back inside to Nelson. His first shot blocked. His second shot is blocked as well, but he is fouled.
Has been up and down for Aaron. He missed that open one shooting about 20.
To take a 2-1 advantage, but Estrada runs the other direction, takes it to the far wing, looks in the corner to Nelson, trying to break down his defender, gets into the paint, stops, spins, shoots the jump hook over Hanlon and is able to get it to go.
Samuel, one of the best interior players in the SEC. The transfer from Seton Hall with a couple of easy looks.
Nelson fakes the three, drives in and throws it home.
Oh my goodness, Grant Nelson taking it strong once again. This time goes inside against the big Florida center and throws it down. Numbers a couple of times. Nice interior defense by the Gators. Sears trying to dump it off to Grant Nelson. Ball got
each back to Devils Lake to throw that one home. Here in Tuscaloosa as we're 3 minutes in. Alabama the 5-4 lead. Gators drive in and Nelson doing it on the other end with a block shot of Samuel. Stevenson and Griffin out. Sam Walters and Nick Pringle in. Quick inbounds pass. Goes to Nelson for the flush. He'll work off of a screen. He'll flip it to the left side. A three ball is blocked by Nelson. Recognizing it, but not until too late was Nick Pringle. Trailing 32-26. Nelson going baseline. Gets underneath. Tough shot is good.
I thought he was going to reverse it, but was able to come back and finish with the right hand. What an athletic move by Grant Nelson.
League leading Alabama down by 4 at home with 4:44 to go in the opening half. Left side. Gives it off to Nelson now, top of the arc. He'll pivot and throw it in the corner to Estrada. Aaron looking, a lob pass. Nelson lays it up and in for two. That's
a little high pick and roll, and Grant able to finish at the rim.
Bama 2 within 1, but Samuel will drive in. Had his shot blocked by Grant. That's his 5th block of the night, and he takes it away. Ahead to Griffin. Bama looking for the lead. Sears near side, going to the rack, puts it off. No, and a foul is going to be called for Alabama. Here's Nelson now, going to the rim, throws it home, and an and one opportunity is upcoming. Oh, mercy! Grant Nelson threw it down, and a block on the Gators will give him a chance to tie it at 44.
What a play by Grant Nelson. Just took off, went over Walter Clayton Jr., took the contact, finishes at the rim, and a chance for a huge three-point play.
Did he hang in the air?
Grant Nelson? Yes, sir.
Good night, Nurse.
What a play. The athleticism of Grant Nelson and the aggressiveness by Alabama in transition.
Over Nelson, they didn't call a foul, but Bryant, I don't think, believes it was one.
No, it wasn't that he reached over him. He said he pushed him.
Right. Gators, or Bama with the ball. In the paint, floater is up, no good, tipped out by Pringle, but controlled by the Gators. Here's Pullen on the drive. His runner is blocked, but they'll call a foul on Mark Sears. He'll try one from 17. No good. Rebounded Nelson, and Bama comes the other way again. Trailing by 3. Estrada, far side. Estrada to Sears. Mark going right into the lane. Hands it off. The finish from Pringle. And a timeout is called by the Gators. And listen to this crowd. Here's Pullen. Firing it back to Condon, goes down the left side of the lane. Stripped and taken away by Estrada. Aaron in the front court. Estrada stopping on the wing, giving it back to Sears. Mark playing off of a screen. Gives it off to Nelson. Stops, looks, Walters, left side three, bottom. Rinse, repeat for Sam Walters, but that one counted.
Sam Walters heating up from deep in this crowd, showing their appreciation.
Out to Condon, right side to Pullen. Pullen, stopping, down low to Condon, spinning, kicking it into the corner. 9 on the shot clock. They'll drive, blocked by Walters, a block shot, and then Nelson gets fouled, and Sam Walters having his best minutes in an Alabama uniform. But it was 2 players going for it, and the Gators get the tap in to lead it again by 9. Nelson driving into the paint, spinning, shooting, and scoring over Handlogden.
Went toward him, and they get the alley-oop dunk to go down.
Estrada to Nelson, far corner, lets it fly from 3. Bottom. Dribble will hand it off to Griffin. Ryland over to Nelson, driving in the lane, stopping, shooting with the left hand, and he is fouled. Free throw up, free throw perfect.
DJ Wagner shooting just 27% from long range. Sears, give it up. Floater doesn't go, but Grant Nelson is fouled. You want to talk. Averaging just over 12 points, 5.5 rebounds, just under 2 blocks. Hesitation when it hits his fingertips. Both teams shooting it well. Alabama 67. Up top, Grant Nelson goes airborne for the. Give it up, and nobody was there for Alabama. Reeves was. A foul by Nelson.
Boy, he didn't give up on the play. Taking up passing lanes, and Nelson not giving up on this one.
Second foul on Nelson. He got ball, but then he got hand on the follow-through. What their average would necessarily be. Track down there off the miss. They've got 40 points with 35 seconds to go in the first half. Sears, a series of moves, and takes it to the rim. Put some English on it at the end.
Nice job by Pringles sealing the deal.
Trail 62-46.
They better not give him some open. Not a good look here. Jammed it in.
The step in by Sears for the steal.
Don't go to sleep on this team.
Griffin, he lost it, gets it back.
Pretty pass.
Gives it up. And a slam by Grant Nelson. That will come together at once against a quality opponent. Foul called, Ivicic on the drive by Nelson.
It's like a football mustache.
If you grow one, I'll grow one. How about that? 234 pounds. Sears puts it up, slam down.
There you go.
On the follow by Nelson.
The big attacks the driver. Very alert.
8 points now for Grant Nelson for the Wildcats. We're going to hit the 6-minute mark. Steal, Estrada, Bradshaw there. Slam down on the follow by Nelson. Edwards.
Oh, good shots too. Perfection. Nice slip.
Nelson tried to crank it. He's fouled. They're hoping Nelson misses the second. They get free chicken. He makes it.
You'll pick. Love the way he sets his man up.
Splits defenders. And Nelson gets hacked. Another one here for State on Tuesday night.
And they'll be guarded by him. With an obviously incredible afternoon for this team in white.
Edwards had it blocked. Burks is out of Decatur, Alabama. Dropping it inside, Nelson, and the finish by Diabate.
And nice pass by Nelson, too.
Morrell back to Brakefield, who will drive. He'll stop at the low block right side. Spin, shoot, shot, blocked down low initially by Nelson. Left first half here in Oxford. Sears leaving it for Nelson, driving into the lane, backing his way down against Cisse. Pump fake once, twice, shot off the glass, in for 2.
Strong move from Grant Nelson. Had
from the left side. That's good by Murray, and the jumper from Jalen Murray makes it now 9-4. Bama the other way with Stevenson driving, dishing into the right corner. Nelson, he'll drive baseline now against Cisse. Whips a pass, it gets batted around, right back into his hands. It hit the backboard, hit the ground, and goes right back in his hands, and he lays it in for 2. It's back to Sears. Now right side, Cosby 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, Nelson lost it, but picked up by Estrada. Drives in, feeds it off. Diabate lays it up, counted, and he is fouled by the 7'5" defender, Sharp. At the elbow left side to Brandon Murray, defended by Walters, throws it into the low post. Cisse working against Nelson, tough shot, air ball, rebound, fought for, claimed by Estrada, and he point shooter, not able to convert. Rebels working to the top of the arc. Cisse Cisse lets a cutter go by with a shot clock down to 11. Feeds it off to Morrell. Morrell working against Nelson. Morrell to his right, off the bounce, a deep three, no good. Good contest there by Nelson. It gives Bama a reset to 20 on the shot clock. Sears with it out high. Martin looking to his right, feeds it off to Griffin. Ryland fakes a three, drives, backs it in, kicks it out. Nelson, spot up three, right wing bottom. Great look from Grant on the feed from Ryland Griffin, and the Tide is pulled back to within 8. 6 again for the Rebels. Final 15 seconds. Bama wants to hold it for one, says Nate Oates. Estrada trying to shake free from Flanagan at 10. Now at 8, drives, dishes, left side, Nelson. 4 to Sears at 3. Let's fly from deep bottom. The half ends, and Bama does it right. Going to the locker room down 42-39. Mark Sears now with the bucket. Alabama gets the ball first to begin half number 2 as Sears inbounds it to Aaron Estrada, who gets it front court, plays left side, kicks it back to Nelson, top of the arc. He finds Sears. Mark will work his way into the paint, back out Griffin. All alone, 3, in and out, no good. Ball tipped into the air, fight for to the corner, saved by Stevenson. Bama gets it to Griffin. Ryland, right side to Estrada. He gets into the paint. A hold is going to be whistled on Ole Miss. And then dropped it home to give the Rebels a 44-43 advantage. Here's Sears the other way, flips it to Griffin. Ryland playing through some contact, hands it off to Mark. Deep three, dead on, rims out. It was halfway down and popped out. Estrada got it back though for Bama. A scramble, taken away by Nelson. Feeds it inside, into the corner, around the horn. Griffin, 3, bottom. Great ball movement from the Tide. 17:45 and ticking. We had a good one here in Oxford. Sears back to Nelson, fakes a 3, drives down the lane to the rim, counted, and he is fouled. An and one opportunity for Grant Nelson. And Marion Sharp at 7'5", and a senior out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, as Nelson hits the and one, and Bama. Every time Bama takes the lead, Ole Miss ties it. They buried the 3, but Estrada runs the other way. Gets it back out. Sears all alone. 3, too strong. Rebound tipped into the hands of Estrada. Estrada driving in addition to Griffin in the corner. Skip pass near side. Nelson in the paint. Drives in, spins, hands it off, and Sears lays it in for 2. As Bama was down 14 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Now with 15 minutes to play in the game, 15 and a half, Bama has the lead, and they get a steal. Nelson just ripped it away from Flanagan, and with 15:27 to go, Bama's got the ball up 5.
That's 4 turnovers for the Rebels since halftime.
Muhammad Wagi into the game, but Ryland Griffin knocks down another one from deep. Another bank first 3, and the odds are catching up for us. Alabama, after what is his 9th board, to go with 16 points. Needs one more for the double-double. Inside Nelson to Pringle. Missed the layup, got it back, and just shoved it up and in from the flat-footed. Wow.
Great case for the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. You don't have many coaches that win 800 games, and he just passed that mark.
Agreed. First-time nominee for that honor. Great ball movement by Alabama, but a missed 3 by Ryland Griffin. Sears knocks it down.
Alton Connect. They call it hit. Instead of double, they call it the hit. But they're going to hit on him, and he passed out of it very well. But that shot fake of Vescovy is what made that shot.
Give and go, and the bucket for Estrada. Another assist for Nelson. Sub in for Alabama as freshman Sam Walters, good outside shooter. He's on Vescovy. Aaron Estrada right now is on Dalton Connect. Ziegler finds Adu, who misses with the left hand, and down with a rebound, Nelson.
A great job by Nelson. He's going to, per minute offensive rebounding is ridiculous. One of the best rates in the country.
Estrada, yes.
The bodies of the players change. They're incredibly strong.
Ooh, and did Grant? It's an out.
Was. When you show the ball, he takes it.
Stop and go, connect to Adu, and he has it taken away by Sears.
Just brought it down enough where the little guys could get to it.
Those darn little guys. Grant Nelson with a 3. And Alabama's lead grows to 6.
2 selfless guys that truly care about the good for others, and those 2 dudes can hoop as well.
Nice reverse by Nelson, part of the senior night festivities here in Gainesville.
I think Todd Golden, though, he's not married to that. You get 2 fouls, you come straight out.
Rebounded by Diabate.
Play. If he gets that 34-35%, that's a big deal going forward.
Estrada with a kiss off the window. He's got 4. Bama. Pringle in the bonus. This is the front end, but Nelson is there for the rebound into Pringle's hands. And here's Nelson going downhill. Good length of the finger roll for Grant Nelson at 6'11". Here's Nelson from behind the line and puts up an air ball, but a save by Bama. Nelson another chance at it, and he draws the foul.
Bama third in the country at 39%. If you're Florida.
Another one coming for Nelson, senior from Devils Lake, North Dakota. Hitters now enjoy a 4-point lead.
Great job by Samuels to get his feet underneath his shoulders and not rush it so he could power through the contact.
And here we go. Now Nelson answers. This is what everyone steals in this game for the Florida defense. And a bounce inside to Nelson, who draws the whistle. Conference coming out of the Summit League in North. Oh, shot clock is late again. Walters turning the corner. Working on Samuel. Got the block. Shot clock at 5. That one hit the rim. Nelson with the follow. Done whatever it's wanted here in the second half on the offensive end. Samuel deep. Follow tip, no, and then Condon caught an elbow.
In your favor.
21-point Florida lead over Bama. Clayton can't finish.
23 years now, this guy has won at every step along the way. CBA, USBL, 3 times in the NBA.
That's
as
a
head
lot
coach.
Yes. A lot of alphabet soup there.
Absolutely it is.
Nelson with the drive. Shuffled it off to Pringle. They got a nice touch inside.
Tom, he's a key guy for Alabama in the month of March.
Might look a little odd you watching at home today. Arkansas, the road team in the whites, and Alabama wearing crimson here at home.
I knew something was different. I couldn't put my finger on it.
That's because your TV's in black and white.
It is.
Mark got a bump, and Nelson with great reach with the rejection. It'll go the other way.
Both teams are not going to waste time ripping that ball away, and all gas, no brakes in transition, and a really good recovery length, recovery speed, and recovery effort by Grant Nelson in transition. Arkansas, their second best offense is those bigs rolling out of it and making plays.
Walters from the corner skips off, but Nelson cleans it up.
Alabama scoring 127 points per 100 possessions, the best in college basketball by quite a distance.
Right, so trying to get him going.
The country and Mark Sears, a tremendous matchup between 4 and 1.
Pringle with the drive, missed the layup. Bama gets the offensive board, and Nelson is fouled and will go pick second team, third team, or not at all. Shot.
Tough shot by a left-handed kid. That empty corner's open. Sears opens up his hips, and Mark says, thank you very much. Where's the transition defense by Arkansas? Right back at you.
Once. And that continues a disappointing trend. Battle rejected by Nelson. Good defense by Nelson to turn around Ellis. And a hand in his face. Ellis turns it over. Here's Devo Davis to Caleb Battle. Battle's on a heater last few weeks. Brazil's foul no good. And here's Estrada now. Estrada behind Pringle. Nelson with a little nifty move.
Tom, that's what Alabama calls a go catch. You catch the ball on the move, no hesitation, just go. Really well done by a kid that's 6'10".
5-point game, a game that Arkansas once led by 15. Brazil pull up 2. Those are the shots that went in the first half for Arkansas. Low percentage, and they're not going now.
Tom, it just was not a good shot at this point in the game by Brazil.
Estrada still has an impact of this game offensively. He remains scoreless. And a dump inside.
This go catch by Alabama. Grant Nelson caught that thing on the move, and he gets to the opposite side of the rim and finishes with a ball side hand. That is a beautiful move. Not easy to pull off for a kid that tall.
Needs some momentum gained again. Here's Sears driving, dishing to Nelson. Nelson will work his way into the paint. He'll stop, he'll spin, he'll shoot the little jump hook. Got it to go. Crossing over, giving it off right side. A deep three is no good. Weak side rebound Nelson. Outlet pass Estrada. Estrada working front court. Estrada near side, going underneath the basket. Off the glass and in, and Alabama is back to within 3. And it's a 5-point Hog lead with 3:38 to go. Here's Sears with it front court for Alabama. Sears playing off of a screen, driving, kicking in the corner Nelson. He'll let it go from 3. Bottom. Huge make there for Alabama and for Grant Nelson. That is the 6th bank first 3 of the day.
Looks.
Estrada working left side, giving it off to Sears. Sears being pushed by Davis, no whistle. He'll drive and dish to Nelson in the corner for 3. Bottom, he did it again. And it's Reitzel. Reitzel trying to get free. Reitzel fires the pass over to Nelson. Nelson going baseline. Kicks it in the corner. Estrada, 3, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Alabama, leads by 2 with 1:50 remaining. Mark with it for Arkansas. Mark against Nelson, lost it. Grant took it away. Here comes Bama. Mark Sears to the rim, lays it in. Bama by 4 with 1:38 to go.
What a huge stop as Arkansas gets the timeout. Grant Nelson able to give ground, defend without fouling. That started the Alabama fast break. Bama up 4 with 1 minute.
Rim well executed there.
Third meeting in 24 days between these two teams. Alabama won on its home court in overtime by 5, 98-93.
A+ for Alabama to start this game based on the scouting report. They're going to play one-on-one down here in the post, hold their own, and then drive those guards to the basket as you saw right there.
Samuel, mid-range. That is a shot that Alabama will invite him to take all night long. Reitzel gets it right back, and it finds Nelson on the dive. Banks it in. Here's Estrada. Remember, Mark Sears, the leading scorer for this team. He is a very calm influence on the offensive end. He doesn't hunt his own shot. He hasn't needed to. His teammates have led them to an early lead. 8-0 Bama. Nelson's got 4. Reitzel and Pringle have a pair each.
Because Florida doesn't do a good job of helping the helper here, so you get the big show on the ball there, and then Grant Nelson finishing through contact.
5 of 7 from the floor. Tyrese Samuel can't make it from 3 feet away, and here comes Sears.
If you Florida's bigs can't make those little floaters in the lane, it's just a numbers game. And good news for Alabama fans is Rylan Griffin, who had that injury, has come back into the lineup. He's a big key to them.
Pulling, dancing with Nelson. They brought help out in the form of Griffin. Shot clock at 5. Clayton challenge 3 is wide left. When it's really the guards, they get most of the scoring opportunities by far. Shot clock at 5. Nelson drive, running hook. Hey, Magic Johnson, where'd that come from?
Hooked by Grant Nelson.
Didn't Magic do this against your Sixers in the playoffs, or in the finals, when you were just a...
Did. I don't know that I was
gleam.
watching it live, but a little bit of Abdul-Jabbar.
Condon, surprised you didn't look to shoot that one. Clayton Jr. into Nelson. Rebounded by Pringle.
I thought it was awesome how you got him rapping, too. That was cool. Right in the middle of the shoot-around.
Well, he's rolling in his 5.0. Sears finds Nelson. Dive and dunk. Clayton just toying with Sears, but couldn't knock it down. Aberdeen fights for the rebound. It's off of Florida.
Did that hit rim?
I think it'd have to hit the corner, yeah. It was not pretty. Nelson rejects that one. Samuel picks it up. Sears bounces it to Nelson. Shares it to Pringle for the jam. Clayton finds Richard on the cut. Nelson defends in.
Consecutive stops, because right now Florida's got Alabama in a danger zone, and 2 for 1 to foul intentionally to get the ball back in a game against Arizona. He said he sprinted to the scorer's table, smile on his face, did whatever he could to help the team for 5 seconds, came right back out, and he said that's the type of attitude we need to be. I'm in danger zone like this Alabama team right now.
You're away and she's spending all your money. Hand log the ACC tournament.
Florida had a 15-point lead at the break. They've outscored Bama by 9. Nelson said, "Put me," in the video clip. Follow jam and a foul.
One of the few times was in. Great effort there to attack from the backside.
Right on the head of Alex Condon.
This one is Sears has the basketball out high now. Mark trying to work away from traffic, gets into the paint, steps through, tough shot off the glass, a drive to the right, goes down the lane, lost it, scrambled, picked up by Nelson. Now Sears will run the other way. Mark ahead to Estrada, behind the back with a dribble, back to Sears on the wing. Mark playing off of a screen, lets it fly from deep, bottom, after another bank first three. Cougars try to answer, can't, ball tipped, controlled by Estrada. Bama running again, 2-on-1, Estrada, the lob, Nelson, oh mercy, the one-handed flush, and the Tide leads it by 10, 42-32. Led by as many as 13, that's where we are right now with 1:54 to go, and a beautiful lob, Estrada to Pringle, he slams it in. Bama with it to Estrada. Estrada playing off of a screen, spins to his right, now goes left, stops, looks, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on the Lopes. Let's three. Hits that one. Rebound caught on the weak side by Foster. Now he'll fire it ahead and stolen by Grant Nelson. He saves it now to Sears. Bama coming the other way. Sears going downhill to the rack. It is blocked after it hit the glass.
What a defensive play by Grant Nelson. It looked like Grand Canyon was going to get a breakaway dunk, but Grant Nelson with the hustle, the speed, tracked it down, saved it. That started the Bama fast break.
Only 12 of 22 from the free throw line, but the offensive board and putback makes it a 9-point game, or a 6-point game, excuse me. Inside Nelson catches it, got fouled. And
foul was called. It was unintentional.
Bama getting it to Sears. Three, no good.
So far that has been the case.
Harrison with it at the elbow, kicking out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin driving, trying to back his way down, getting away with pushing twice, knocked away by Sears, and picked up by Nelson. Gives it back to Mark. Great toughness by the Muscle Shoals native.
Yeah, and this isn't a very deep Grand Canyon team.
Inbounded Sears. Corner three. In and out, no good. It was Bama, a 9-point lead in the ball. Estrada giving it up to Nelson, and a foul in the backcourt.
The freshman, Mo Diabate.
Nelson, free throw, perfect.
Alabama's going to win this game because of defense late. Grand Canyon hasn't scored in almost 4 minutes.
Nelson hits them both. Bama leads it by 11, folks. Wow. The heels. It was Ryan. Throws it ahead in transition. Layup is blocked by Nelson. In the right corner. Nelson with 15 on the shot clock. Let's fly. Three, bottom. Baycott backing his way down. Double team. Needs help. Fires it back out. Stolen. Estrada. Down low. Baycott. Posting up on Diabate. Spins. Blocked from behind by Nelson. Chance opportunity upcoming for the Crimson Tide. Great feed. Sears like a chance opportunity. Cadeau on the drive. In the lane. Leaner. Backing it out to the near wing. Throws it down low to Baycott. Spinning to his left. Gets underneath the basket. Lays it up short. Rebounded his own. More off.
Opportunities for North Carolina.
Nelson on the drive. Reverse layup. The left hand. What a beautiful move. Three. Drives to the rim. Short. Rebounded his own miss. Puts it up.
Check in for him, but Grant Nelson
gets. Right here. Nelson facing the basket. Dribbling right. Getting to the rim. Stepping underneath. Reverse layup. What a move. Bama with the ball. Down three. Nelson driving to the rim. 11 points and 11 boards. And Sears gives it up to Nelson. They want to clear out again. He'll play to left wing. He'll work against Ingram. He'll stop. He'll spin. He'll shoot. He'll score. They can't stop him right now. Throw it down low to Baycott. Baycott, double team, spins, lost it. Take him to school, Grant. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make the three. The bank first three. Grant Nelson. Oh, mercy. Bama by 5 with 3:33 to go. Timeout, Carolina. Dribbles left, fires it to Baycott inside, missed it. Change directions, go left. He'll go downhill and have it blocked by Nelson. At 8, at 7, at 6, Davis at 5, had it stripped, got it back. Off the glass, no, ball tip, ball 4. It is Emma looking to get it into Nelson, and he gets 5 points at the half. Now has trying to make it a 4-point lead. Oh, and he does. He does. He does. Aaron gets it to Nelson. Free throw up. Free throw missed. They'll heave it. It's blocked. It's blocked. Nelson blocked it. And Alabama is going to the Elite Eight. What do you say, fellas? Let's try scoring. Here's Estrada giving it off to Grant. Fakes a 3. Narrowly walks. Gets into the lane. Kicks it around to Estrada. One more. All alone. Griffin. 3. No good. Rebound. Nelson lays it up and in. Count it. And he is fouled.
Minute to play. An and one from Grant Nelson. He hasn't had many of those this year.
Shefflin with the basketball, throws it into the post. Hall driving right at Sears. Shot up, no good. Push, here we go. Sears down the left side. Sears looking, rising, firing, misses on the 3. And a rebounding foul is going to be called on the Tigers. Jack Clark over Hollywood. What's he supposed to do?
Exactly what he did, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Griffin, he'll pivot, gives it off to Sears. Mark looking low, finds Nelson, hands it off. Pringle the flush. Great pass. First Sears, the hockey assist to Nelson, and then to Pringle, who got the dunk. Needs help, finds Griffin. Griffin inside Sears, fires a pass. Nelson throws it back down on the big man, Shefflin.
How about the catch and the pass? Nick Pringle had a lot of heat on that. That one was not easy to handle, but Grant able to get it and throw it down.
Big swap dunks. Bama sees Clemson go the other way. A block by Nelson after the great defense from Pringle. Ahead is Griffin, lays it up. It's going to be goaltending. Hall with the basketball, goes left side with it to Hunter. Up top, Shefflin dribbles to his left. A backdoor feed. They give it to Hall, cutting down the lane. Double team, shoots it, had it blocked. Scramble, loose ball into the hands of the Tigers. And then stolen away by Bama. It was Rylan Griffin with a steal. Out, finds Nelson, lets it fly. 3, short, rebound. Nelson in the corner, and he got fouled. Trying to back down on Hunter. Gets into the paint, feeds it to Pringle. Pump fake shot, no good, but he's fouled. That game. Perfect on that attempt. It's a 7-point game. He does just that.
Estrada, give it up. Nelson fires, connects on a 3.
He is alive and well lately, isn't he? Also with Sears, occasionally they'll switch it.
Pringle, handoff. Nelson, long strides. He challenges Klingon for 2.
And he's the guy right there. The versatility inside, outside. And
the kid's so good.
Spencer missed it on the interior off the cut and feed from Klingon.
Does he feel the game?
2-point lead for UConn. Estrada floats it up and in. Now trying to create some shot clock down to 2, down to 1. Weitzel off the mark. Battling underneath, Nelson comes away with it.
How about the activity on the offensive glass for
Estrada? Here's Estrada making his move to the rim, floats it off the glass. No, Nelson taps it to himself. Playing for the Bison of North Dakota State.
On the knee, and they took a look at it. They were really good coaching guards, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess he did all right.
Once again, in the lane, this kid's so
Estrada! 6 from the field. Newton, oh, he went down really hard.
Oh, he's back up, though.
It's 5-on-4 right now. He's slow to get up. Nelson attacking. Oh, we just got the full Nelson on a major rack attack.
Wow. Coming to the rim. Big time finish. Take that, number 32. How about that?
It's out of this timeout. Great aggressiveness, but it's almost like he threw the ball in. Oh,
Newton seems to be okay.
They use both sides of the floor.
Missed it. It's outside. Estrada. Nelson off the diagonal. Is he going to do it again? He is!
Oh, could have settled there. And maybe the confidence that Nelson has from that dunk.
Nelson
uses size over Caravan.
He's in takeover mode.
Yeah, he sure is. A little bully ball right here.
Castle leans in, short, rebound kept alive, and Nelson's got it ahead.
And he can actually block jump shots, too.
He can.
10, 12 footers.
He's in, and he has come through. That's why Dan Hurley was so... Post up, Klingon against Nelson, off balance, missed it. Under a minute left.
And Danny knows how to work, by the way.
How competitive this game was. Griffin ball fake.